Hi everyone, I hope I'm audible and visible, guys. I'm Shweta Sharma, your class educator for VARC. I hope everybody can see me, can hear me clearly. I'm still not sure if I'm live or not. It's just the second session and I'm still trying to experiment with it. Experiment with the platform, I mean. So, am I audible? Am I visible? I just need to know in the comments, guys. And I'll just check your comments as well. So just give me 1 minute. Let me quickly update everywhere that we've started with the session. And then we start. Just give me a moment, guys. All right. So let's start with the session. Let me quickly upload the slides here, guys, and then we start. I hope the slides are visible to everyone. We're going to work upon the word roots today, right? So we have been discussing a lot of vocabulary words every day in the classroom sessions. At 9:45 we have the sessions, right? 9:40, 9:45 we have the vocabulary quiz every day. So that is about the general session we have, general antonym and synonym. Today we're going to discuss the root words on the same, right? So before we move ahead, just a quick reminder, guys, in case any one of you is planning to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, which many of you must be because we already have the Plus batch going on now, right? You can use my code Shweta18 for the subscription to Unacademy Plus, and since it is actually high time, guys, it's time enough that we actually, start up with the preparation on a very serious note. We start getting sessions done in the plus rather than just the special ones, because special classes, if you see, they're more of an introduction to what we generally have, right? Basic idea about the VARC section, what we have in CAT specifically. But these sessions, the plus batch sessions, if you see, or the iconic batch sessions, if you see, they are the ones which will give you an in-depth knowledge of what entire thing is all CAT about. From the very basic level to the very advanced level, we're going to practice all sorts of questions. So it would be good if you all join us in the plus batch using the code Shweta18, and we have the critical reasoning batch starting up from the very first week of September. So I would love to see all of you joining in. Right, I see many of you have joined us, guys. In case you have any doubts or anything about anything as you proceed with the session, please do keep posting on your doubts here. Right, I'll be taking care of the doubts and the comments you have in the chat box itself. Right. So today we're going to talk about the most common root words. That is, we're going to talk about the personality words today, right? So let me start with a very common personality type we have. Right? The very personality type the most common personality type we have is the word root ego. All of us think about this word root ego. So what is ego? What does ego refer to? Ego refers to I or me. Hi Dave, welcome back. Welcome to the session. Where is Rehan? Where's Prasanjit? I'm still waiting for the students to join in, right? So if we talk about this word root, guys, ego, this refers to I or me, right? And if we add some words after this word, right? For example, if I add the word egoist, ist is the word root I'm adding to ego, right? So ist refers to person who, right? It is the suffix I'm adding to this word, and this word refers to person who, right? So egoist is a person who always considers about himself, always thinks about himself. That's the person who's referred as egoist, always thinking about himself. So I and person who, so always keeps I first. Egoist is a person who always keeps I first, right? So I'll be writing down all these word roots here. You can also keep on noting them if you'd like to. Right? And we'd also be discussing some words from the same word. So ego is the first word root we're picking up. Ego refers to I or me. And here egoist refers to person who always keeps himself first or I first. Me first. Egoist, person who and I first. Then we can also have another word. For example, if I add ego plus tist, right? So the word root here is tist. The word I get out of this is egotist. The word we get out of this is egotist. So what is an egotist, guys? An egotist is a person who always and always boasts about himself. A person who boasts about himself is an egotist, right? That all of this is happening because of me, right? India is doing so well because of me, right? We won the entire match because of me. So a person who always boasts about himself is nothing but an egotist, right? Similarly, there can be another word root we can add to this word. This can be if I add ego plus. Hi Prasanjit, welcome back. I'm glad to see you joining us here. The very second YouTube session I have, and I'm glad to see all of my students coming in. So I hope you get to learn a lot from this session. Right, we just started out with the very first word root, and I'll just repeat them in case you need to. Just give me a moment, guys. So egomaniac is another word we're talking about. Ego refers to I or me. Maniac. What is maniac? I want all of you to please type in the chat box and tell me what is maniac. Maniac का मतलब क्या होगा? Who is a maniac? We generally say, somebody who can be crazy after money, right? Somebody who can be crazy after power. Monomaniac, want everything, single thing, one single thing, like all one. A person who wants power, a person who wants all the entire control. That's egomaniac, right? That can also be monomaniac. So maniac refers to somebody who is crazy, somebody who is actually crazy, right? Ego means I, and maniac means crazy. So a person who is crazy about himself, right? A person who is crazy about himself is nothing but egomaniac, right? Just a second, guys. A person who is crazy about himself is nothing but an egomaniac. So a person, it's more like all of his thoughts, all of his knowledge, everything will be revolving around himself. Right, a person who is so much crazy, so much absorbed in himself, in his ego, is an egomaniac person. Right? Then we can also have another word added as a prefix to this word. Right? We can also have, you see, all these words I've added, ist or tist or maniac, or a lot of words I'll be adding to ego. Right? Most of them would be a suffix. Right? But we can also add a prefix to this word. Right? What can that prefix be, guys? For example, if I add this word alter plus ego, right? Alter plus ego. So what does alter refer to and what does ego refer to? Alter refers to another and ego refers to I or me. Right? So I'll be using another slide for the same. If we talk about this word root alter plus ego, what do I get? Another I or me. Right? So we can have two divisions for this word alter ego. Right? We can have two divisions. One case is when the person thinks about another me. So a person who is having a split personality. Right? Split personality means a person himself or herself is not aware that he has two persons, two souls, like one soul divided into two, existing in the same person. That is a split personality. And the second can be when you meet another person with a similar ego. Right? When you meet another person with a similar ego, that is also alter ego. Prasanjit and Dev, are you able to understand? Guys, if you have any doubts or you want me to take you to the previous slide, do let me know. Alter ego means another ego. So this time I'm adding another prefix. अभी तक हमने सारे suffix add किए थे, ये prefix add किया है ego में, right? And these were the other words. Please have a look at the slide. Note down these words. Let me know once you're done. I'll take you to the next slide and then we move ahead to the next word root. Take 1 minute. Thank you, Mudit. It's really gladdening to know that. Okay, so these are the various personality types we have. The first word root we've discussed is ego, right? So ego refers to I or me, and the rest of them, the words that branch out of this word root are egoist. Egoist is a person who's always concerned about himself, always keeps himself first. Egotist is a person who always boasts about himself, that all this is happening because of me. I am the person, who made everything happen to you, like that. Egomaniac is a person who's crazy about himself. He's so much absorbed in himself that he does not think that there can be other person, who might be valuable as well. So it's like the entire universe revolves around this person. Just take 1 minute, write down these words, and I'll take you to the next slide then. Let me know if you're done. So we'll be discussing other personality types as well today. Okay, shall we move ahead? Take care of this word as well. Alter ego is another ego or a person with a split personality. Right? It can have two meanings. Alter refers to another, ego refers to I or me, and accordingly you can proceed. Okay, I am presuming that we are done. Okay, Prasanjit, Kunal. Hi Kunal, welcome to the session. Okay, let's move ahead to another slide, to another word root we have. So another word root we're going to discuss today is missing. Okay, generally you'll find that the words have their own connotations. ठीक है, तो वैसे ही अगर हम missing की बात करें, this is a word that comes with a negative connotation, guys. ठीक है, this is a word that comes with a negative connotation. The tonality is very negative. If you see, miss is basically for negation, right? This word root itself is for negation. So we can have a lot of words added to missing. This refers to hate. right? The word misane refers to hate, right? So we can have a lot of words added to this word root itself, and we can create ample of words out of this, right? So let me start with the very first word, which is very, very common. That is, if I add misane to anthropos, this is a very, very common word root. All of you might be knowing the meanings to this word. Do we know that, guys? Can you help me out with this word? What does anthropos refers to? Misane anyway refers to hate. What is anthropos? Let me ask you, what is anthropos? Anthropos refers to humans or mankind. Okay? This refers to humans or mankind, and misane means to hate. So when I combine these two words, these two word roots basically, what I get is misanthropy, right? The word we get is misanthropy. So this word refers to the practice of hating mankind or humans, right? So misanthropy refers to the practice of hating mankind, and if I add words like misane plus anthropos plus ist. So ist refers to personhood, right? Ist refers to personhood. So what would this combination lead to? What would this refer to? This is one word I get as misanthropist. Misanthropist, right? So who is a misanthropist? A person who hates mankind, right? So this will be nothing but a person who hates mankind. Mankind or humans, right? So the point is that we should be aware of these two words. This is misanthropy and this is misanthropist, right? So person who practices misanthropy is the practice of hating mankind, and a person who practices that is a misanthropist, right? So this is one word out of misane, two words basically, right? Then there can be another word out of the same word root. We'll be coming back to that slide, do not worry about that. So misane refers to hate, okay? One word we just did is misanthropy. Another word can be misane plus gamos. What is gamos, guys? Can anybody help me out with this word root, gamos? What is gamos? Yes, Prasanjit. You want to write? Okay. Pradeep Patel, okay. You want me to change it to white? I'll probably change it the next time because right now we already have the slides, right? But next time I'll definitely change the background color, so do not worry about that. I hope these words are clear, guys. If you want me to take you to any of the slides, please let me know. I'm anyway here for you, right? I'll take you back. So quickly tell me, what is gamos, guys? What does gamos refer to? Pradeep Patel and Prasanjit, if you're done with the words, good enough. If you are not done, just come back to what we're doing right now and we'll move back to the slide you missed. I'll take you back and you can note down whatever you want to note down, right? So what is gamos, guys? Gamos का मतलब क्या होगा? Gamos is marriage or partner. That is what we refer to, right? You know this word polygamy, monogamy, right? Absolutely, absolutely, guys, right? So all of us know these words. Polygamy means many, gamy means marriages, monogamy means single, marriage is gamy, right? So gamos refers to marriage, right? So if I combine this word misane plus gamos, what do I get? What do I get when I combine these words, guys? I get mesogamy. What, right? What is mesogamy? The practice of hating marriages, right? The practice of hating marriages is what we refer to as mesogamy, right? And similarly, guys, if I add another word to it, right? If I add another word to mesogamy, what do I get? Mesogamy, or I can simply take it to if I have mesoin plus gamos plus ist. This is what I have, right? So this refers to person who. We all know. Ist refers to person who, right? So all I'm going to get is mesogamist. This is the word we have, right? This is the word we have, mesogamist. So mesogamist refers to the person, the person who hates marriages, right? I don't know what's happening. The person who hates marriages, that is what we have here. Pen stopped working. Just a moment, guys. I'm able to write here, no. Yeah, it's better now, right? So the person who hates marriages is a mesogamist, right? The person who hates marriages is a mesogamist. One who hates marriages, absolutely, Pradeep, that's correct, right? So if we're done with this, let's move ahead to the next one. Take 1 minute, write down the words. Once you're done, we'll move ahead to the next one. Right, Prasanjit? Are you there with me? Kunal, Pradeep, Dev, everybody? Shweta Patil, yes. Glad to have everybody here, Shweta. Okay, shall we move ahead to the next one then? I can't see your chats. Yeah, now I can. Okay, perfect, you're done, right? Perfect. Let's move ahead to the next one then. So, misane is to hate, misanthropy is to hate mankind, and misanthropist would be the person who would hate humans or hate mankind, right? We have another word, philanthropy, if you know, right? We also have another word, philanthropy. So, philanthropy is the practice of loving humans. Misanthropy is the practice of hating humans, right? So, you can remember both the words. Polygamy and monogamy, these are the two words again you can remember. Poly means many. Poly का मतलब ही क्या होता है? Many होता है, right? And mono means single, right? So this is also something we can remember. Poly means many and mono का मतलब होता है single, right? Monochromatic बोलते हैं, single color. So similarly, monogamy means single marriage, right? So this is something which is clear to everyone. Gamy is pretty much clear. Let's talk about the next word now, an interesting word again. Misane means to hate, and if I add the word misane to gynae, what do I get? Gynae means, what is gynae? Gynae refers to a female or a woman, and this means to hate, right? So when I combine these two words, what do I get? Misogyny. Misogyny, right? What is misogyny, guys? What is misogyny? The practice of hating women is misogyny. And if we add words to it, what do I get? If I add words to it, misane plus gynae plus ist. Ist is a person who. Right? So when I combine these word roots, what do I get? The word I get is misogynist. And who is a misogynist? A person who hates women. Right? A person who hates women is a misogynist. Related to women, right? Absolutely. Hi, Learn Efficiently. Welcome to the session. Glad to have you joining us. Please have a look at all these word roots, guys. All of them come from misane. Misane means to hate. So these are all women haters, marriage haters, and human haters. Right? Similarly, just like we have a word root for a female, that is gynae, we also have a word root for males. I'll be just sharing it with you. Just give me 1 minute, guys. In the meantime, have a look at all these words. If you're done, let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, it's related to women, Pradeep. That's correct. Prasanjit, where are you? Shweta Patil, what about you? Okay, let's move ahead to the next one then. Perfect. I think everybody's done copying the words. Right, just try to remember these words. If you just remember them here itself, I think you'll remember them all your life. Right, the only thing is you have to use them on and off. That's it. Okay, let's talk about the next word root, which is related to hating of men, right? So, misane is to hate, but the moment I add andros to it, so the word I get is misandry, or I can also refer to it as misandropy. Right? So, andros refers to males. Right? Andros refers to males, and misane means to hate. So, misandry or misandropy is the practice of hating males. Practice of hating males is misandry or misandropy. Right? This is called the practice of hating males. Right? Similarly, if I add the word misane plus andros plus ist, what do I get? I get the word as misandropist. Right? The word we get is as misandropist. This is referred to a person who hates males. Right? So I hope all these words are clear. Misane means to hate. Andros refers to males. Okay, misandropy or misandry means the practice of hating males. Right? Misane plus andros. Andros refers to males. Okay, please take 1 quick minute quickly go through these, write them down, and I'll take you to the next slide then. Okay, everybody, please have a look at these words, guys. Let me know once you're done. Can we move ahead to the next one? Are we done with these? Right. So let me just combine all these words for you so that you remember them all in one list. Missing is the word we talked about. Okay. And then we have first word we did was misanthropy, practice of hating humans or mankind. The second word we did was misanthropist, coming from the same word root, just adding ist to it. Next word we did was misandry. No, which was the next word we did? Misanthropy is the one we did, and then we also did mesogamy. Right. Right. Mesogamy is the next word we did. Practice of hating marriages. And another word that comes from the same is mesogamist. Right. The person who hates marriages is a mesogamist. Then we have misogyny, practice of hating women. And then we also had another word, misogynist, right? The person who hates women. Then the another word we had was misandry or misanthropy. Misanthropy refers to practice of hating males, right? And this was the practice of hating females, right? And the opposite of misane would be, the opposite word would be philane. Okay? This is opposite. Philane means to love. This means to hate. Right? Remember these words. This means to hate and philane means to love. Right? So just remember these word roots. I think these words will help you to remember these word roots and words forever. Gynecologist is an expert of female body, right? Right, Pradeep. Absolutely. Gynecologist is somebody who studies, right? अभी लॉजी भी मैं बता देती हूँ. लॉजी भी अच्छा word root है. Logy आप generally you find biology, sociology, physiology, all of these logies. The logy refers to study, and physio means the physical stuff. Gyne means gynecologist. So gynecologist is a woman studier, person who reads or studies about a woman, right? Women's body. That is a gynecologist. Right, so all these words are linked to word roots itself. अगर ये word roots clear है, तो I think everything is clear. ठीक है? So I think this one picture is enough for the entire words we've done for this side. Okay, if we are done with this one, let's move ahead to the next one now. Right? I hope ये missing के सारे words याद रहेंगे. ठीक है? If you're done with this one, let's talk about another word that is referred as virtu. What is virtu? Virtu is a Latin term that refers to turn. ठीक है? Virtu का मतलब है to turn. ठीक है? Right. So, misogynist. अच्छा, misogynist रह गया क्या? Misogynist यहाँ पे क्या था? Misogynist is a person who hates women. Misogyny is the practice of hating women, and misogynist is a person basically who hates women. Right, Abhishek? If you want me to help you out with any of these words, please ask me. I'm there for you. Right? I have written all these words here for you. If you want to have a look at these, let me know. I'll take you 1 minute and I'll take you back to all these slides. Right? So these are the words we've done. If we are done, let's move ahead. Alright? Perfect. So now, let's talk about this word root, virtu. What is verto guys? Verto is to turn, right? English में इसी word का बनता है word, यहाँ पे ये है verto, ठीक है? This is a Latin term. This word is a Latin term. In English, the same word comes out as a word. Okay. Now, if I add words to it, if I add some prefixes to it, what do I get? The moment I add intro plus word, what do I get? Introvert, right? The word I get is introvert. We all know this word. Intro means to inside out, right? Verto means to turn. Verto means to turn. Intro means inside. So when you're turning your inside outside, that is when you're actually turning inside, you turn inside, right? So that is introvert. A person who is turned inside is a person who does not expose much, a person who does not talk about much, right? A person who's always turned inside. बाहर बोलता ही नहीं है कुछ, जो भी है मन में रखता है. That's an introvert, right? Similarly, if I add the word extro to it, right? If I add the word extro to it, what do I get? Just give me a second, guys. So if I add this word extro plus word, just a second. Let me take this to this side. Right, let me take it here. So we have extro plus verto, right? Again, the same word roots. Extro means outside, verto means to turn, right? We all know that. Extro means outside, verto means to turn. So this means outside. And verto means to turn. So the word I get after combining these two word roots is extrovert, right? A person who is turned outside. Outside का मतलब है ज़्यादा बात करेगा, ज़्यादा compatible होगा social culture के साथ, ठीक है? ज़्यादा socializing होगा, right? Intro means inside and this is outside. So इन दोनों के बीच में there has to be something that talks about ambi. Ambi means both, right? So if I combine the word ambi plus verto, what do I get? Can anybody help me out with this word, guys? Ambi plus what? What do I get? Yes. Can somebody help me out with the combination, guys? What would this combination be? It will be ambivert. Absolutely. Absolutely proceed. Right. Ambivert is a word, right? So ambi means both. Ambi means both. Verto means to turn. So person who's turned both ways. Introvert bhi hai, extrovert bhi hai. So these days you'll find people have more of an ambivert personality. That is, they know when to turn inside, when to turn outside. जिससे जितनी बात करनी है उनको पता होता है, right? They know when to be very, calm and composed and not to talk much. And sometimes when they're very close, when they're with the people they're very close to, they're almost extrovert, right? They're almost talking about themselves every time. They're very open, right? So person who knows when to be introvert, when to be extrovert is an ambivert. A person who does not talk much at all. You still find people who are not very, talkative, do not like to open up a lot, do not like to talk a lot. So they are introvert. And people who know how always to blabber and always, they keep on saying something or the other. अपने बारे में किसी के बारे में बात करना है, कुछ भी करना है, that is extrovert, right? So these people are more socializing, they can be more friendly. Introverts are rather, they have few friends, but maybe they just talk to those people. They don't talk to everybody they meet, right? And ambivert is a person who knows when to be introvert, when to be extrovert. They know how to calculate and then talk, right? So verto is an important word root because it talks about 3 words: introvert, ambivert, and extrovert. Okay, now I'm going to talk about this one new word we've just talked about, ambi. Okay, I hope everybody is done with these 3 words. They're very simple to do. Let's talk about this word root now, ambi. So what is ambi, guys? Ambi means both, right? And we have a lot of words out of ambi. Like in general, without the word roots, if I have to talk about, we have ambiguous or ambiguity. Okay. We have ambivalent. We have ambience. We have ambitious. And we have an important word, ambidextrous, जिसको हमने कई बारी डिस्कस किया है. I remember we've discussed this word ample number of times when it comes to your, yes, unclear, hazy, right? Absolutely, Pradeep. That is ambiguous, something which is not clear, right? Ambidextrous हमने कई बार डिस्कस किया antonyms synonyms पे. We'll be discussing the same word again. Ambivert क्या है? Yes, Sakesh. Can you help me out? Sakesh, what is ambivert? Ambi means, अभी डिस्कस किया हमने ambivert, right? Let me write this word as well, right? Ambivert is a person who is very calculative. Verto means to turn, ambi means both. So this person can turn inward, this person can turn outward. उसको पता है कब introvert होना है, कब extrovert होना है. That's an ambivert, right? Right. Ambience का मतलब क्या होता है? What is an ambience, guys? Your surroundings, your atmosphere. How do you feel about things? That is an ambience. I loved his ambience. I loved, the atmosphere around that place. So ambience refers to any kind of environment or the surroundings you're referring to. Ambitious, when you and your goal, they are in one direction. That is when you're ambitious, right? तुम इधर हो, तुम्हारा goal इधर है. You're not ambitious. Right? So ambitious means going in the single direction, both in single direction. Ambiguity, guity is guis. Guis is what? This is when something is not clear. You have two meanings, two ways, right? Yes. Ambient small hai, absolutely, Abhishek. You know everything. That's good, right? Ambivalent. What is ambivalent? Valent क्या होगा? Ambi plus velo. So valency बोलते ना, आयरन की valency जैसे बोलते थे. It's Fe plus 2, Fe plus 3, right? So something which has more than one face. दो faces हैं. Something which does not have a single face. That is ambivalent. दो sides हैं. Coin की दो sides हैं. Ambivalent. Right? So all of these words, they come out of ambi. Ambi means both. तो जब भी कुछ लगेगा, इन सारे words को देख लो, इन सब में कुछ ना कुछ common है. तो one word root which is common is ambi. Ambi refers to both. Right? Now let's talk about this word ambidextrous. What is ambidextrous? Right? Let's talk about this word ambidextrous. How do we get this word, guys? Ambi plus, I think it's very dark. Let me take something light and write. Am I too late? No, Isha, you're not late. We've just discussed a few word roots and it's completely fine. Right? So we have ambi plus dexter plus ous. Right? These are the words we have. Ambi means both. Dexter means skill. And ous, whenever you find ous in any word, guys, please understand it's an adjective. Right? So this is an adjective suffix. Suffix क्यों बोला है? क्योंकि last में लगा है word के, पहले नहीं लगा है. ठीक है? Something that comes towards the end is a suffix. ऐसे ही अगर मैं एक और word की बात करूँ, ION, this word root, ठीक है? Benediction, pronunciation, aggression, this is a noun suffix. जिस भी word के last में ION आएगा, that makes it a noun. So this is a noun suffix. ठीक है? बहुत सारे words मिलेंगे ION से ending. I'll just share them with you. Okay, so coming back to this word, if you have an OUS at the end, please understand the word would be an adjective. Okay? Ambi means both, dexter means skill, OUS is adjective. So now when I combine these word roots, what do I get? I get the word as ambidextrous. What is ambidextrous? Yes, hardworking, skilled, both skilled, absolutely, absolutely. All of you are correct, guys. All of you correct. अगर हम इसके एकदम लिटरल मीनिंग पे जाते हैं, ठीक है, एम्बी का मतलब बोथ, स्किल का मतलब स्किल बोल रहा है, ओयूएस इज एडजेक्टिव सफिक्स. अगर हम इसके बिल्कुल लिटरल मीनिंग पे जाए तो एम्बिडेक्स का मतलब होता है, एम्बिडेक्स्ट्रस इज अ पर्सन हु कैन यूज बोथ हिज हैंड्स इक्वली वेल, जिसका लेफ्ट हैंड भी और राइट हैंड भी इक्वली स्किलफुल हो, ठीक है, दैट पर्सन इज एन एम्बिडेक्स्ट्रस पर्सन, ठीक है. दिस इज द लिटरल मीनिंग वी हैव. नाउ coming on to symbolic meaning, how do we go on by the symbolic meaning, guys? Ambidextrous is a person who is very very skillful, ठीक है, very skillful, that's the word we have, very skillful person is very skillful, मतलब उसको पता है कि कहाँ पे क्या यूज करना है, very adroit, adroit or adept, right? So these are the words we have for the same word root, same word. Ambidextrous is a person who is very skillful. The important point here is that dexter also refers to right hand, ठीक है, dexter also refers to right hand, whereas there's an opposite word for dexter, ठीक है. dexter का ही opposite word क्या होता है, dexter का ही opposite word होता है, if dexter is right hand, there's another word we have, that is sinister. Connoisseur हो सकता है, connoisseur is also there, but connoisseur has a different meaning. Pradeep, sorry. Yeah. So this is sinister. Sinister means left hand, right? This refers to left hand. Okay. So this is for right hand. This is for left hand, and the moment I say somebody is sinistrous, तो sinistrous का मतलब क्या हो जाएगा, if this refers to something good, right hand को हम कैसा मानते हैं, skillful मानते हैं ना, जो भी काम करते हो right hand से करते हो, इसको हम skillful मानते हैं. और this person, this sinister is referred as left hand. left hand का मतलब क्या है, जो किसी काम का नहीं है, नल्ला है, ठीक है, किसी काम का नहीं, it's kind of that, doesn't work at all, ठीक है. So just like yes, okay, so sinister is used for left hand. Left hand is considered to be worthless, it does not work, it's more like that, right? So sinister को हम devil से relate करेंगे, evil से relate करेंगे, something which is bad. This has a good connotation, this has a negative connotation, it's bad, right? Just remember this, that dexter refers to right hand, sinister refers to left hand. Therefore if we have a person who is ambidextrous, जिसका left hand जो किसी काम का नहीं है, वो भी इतना skillful होता है जो right hand जितना हो जाए, that person is ambidextrous. तो अगर आप इसका symbolic meaning को भी relate करोगे, now you'd get it, why is it related to the literal meaning itself. Somebody who is skillful मतलब this person is so skillful कि उसका left hand जो किसी काम का नहीं है, वो भी इतना skillful हो गया जितना कि right hand है. So that's how we're trying to compare these words. Are we getting it, guys? Are we able to get this? Okay, just a second, I'm taking you back to the slide here. I hope this is clear, guys. Ambidextrous is a person who can use both his hands equally well. That's what comes typically if you talk about the word roots. If you go by the legal meaning, literal meaning, this is what it comes up as. But the point is, here we are not just referring to the literal meaning, we are basically referring to something which is beyond the literal meaning, that is somebody who is very skillful. तो उतना अडेप्ट होगा कि उसका लेफ्ट हैंड भी उतना ही काम कर रहा है जितना कि राइट हैंड करेगा. That is when we say that the person is ambidextrous, right? Are we all clear? Sarvesh, I'm all well. How are you? I hope you're keeping well. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you joining us. So many people joined us. Hi Manish, Purohit, welcome to the session. Glad to see all of you guys. So happy to see all of you. Right, so if we are done, let's move ahead to another word root. Are we all good with the word root, guys? ठीक है, तो ये सारे major personality types हैं जो हमें पता होने चाहिए. Now I'm going to pick up some words like filane. We did the word misane, but we didn't talk about the opposite word filane much, right? So we're going to discuss that word root filane now, and also going to discuss another word root logi, right? So let's talk about this word root filane first. अभी अगर याद हो हमने मिसेन की बात करी थी. मिसेन का मतलब टू हेट था, ठीक है. पर्सन हु हेट्स women, misogynist. Person who hates marriages is a mesogamist. right? Person who hates males is a misandrist. So all these words, they come out of missing, right? Similarly, we have this term, which is actually a pretty term, called philain. Philain means to love. Philly bolte na? This is to love, right? So person who is more about falling in love is a very, person who fall in love with the humans generally is a philanthropist, right? So I'm going to start with the very first word root as philain plus anthropos. So what does anthropos refers to? What is anthropos, guys? Quickly tell me with these words. Help me out with these words, guys. What is anthropos? Yes, absolutely. Philanthropy तो होगा. What is anthropos? Anthropos क्या होगा? Humans or mankind, right? That is what we have as anthropos, humans or mankind. Okay. So when I combine these words, what do I get? I get the word as philanthropy. The word we get is as philanthropy. Philanthropy is, yes, the practice of loving humans or mankind. जनरली देखा होगा लोग अपनी प्रोफाइल से मेंशन करते हैं मैं फिलैंथ्रोपिस्ट आई फॉल इन लव विद ह्यूमंस आई लव ह्यूमंस राइट देयर आर पीपल हु हेट ह्यूमंस मिज़ांथ्रोपिस्ट होते हैं कि मतलब उनका मन करता है कि बिल्कुल आइसोलेटेड जगह पे चले जाएं नो ह्यूमंस बेटर इट्स काइंड ऑफ दैट राइट ऑन द अदर हैंड देयर आर पीपल हु फॉल इन लव विद द पीपल हु आर ह्यूमंस आई मीन विद द ह्यूमंस राइट दैट इज अ फिलैंथ्रोपिस्ट अ पर्सन हु falls in love with the humans or the mankind, right? Similarly, if I add the word ist to it, what do I get? If I have the word as philain plus anthropos plus ist, right? This is the words I have. This is the word root I have. So if I combine them, what do I get? What do I get, guys? The word I get is philanthropist. Philanthropist, right? The person who loves mankind or humans. Okay? The moment you add this word ist refers to person who. Do not forget this, guys. Right? So this is one word. Philanthropist we've done. Philain is another word we have. So we've added anthropos to it. Anthropos is humans. Right? Then there can be many more words out of philain. बहुत सारे words कौन से हो सकते हैं? एक तो हमने philanthropist किया है अभी. Philosophy, right? Similarly, if I add this word philain plus andros, right? Just a second. Let me add this word to it. Philandrous or philanderer, right? Then we have another word. If I add biblion as a prefix to it, right? So bibliophile bolte hain. This is another word we have, right? Yes, phylum is also there, absolutely, right? Philanthropy, phylum, all these words we have. So philanderer kaise aayega? If we talk about this word, guys, philosophy and philanderer and bibliophile, how do we get these words? Let's talk about bibliophile first, right? So bibliophile, if you see, this word comes from biblion plus philain, right? एक word है biblion and then the other word we have is philain, right? Philain means to love, biblion means books. So a person who is a book lover is a bibliophile, sorry, right? This is a book lover. A Person who loves books is a book lover. That's a bibliophile, right? Similarly, bibliography. Bibliography का मतलब है biblion plus graphene. Graphene means to write. So somebody who writes about books, it's a bibliography, a graphist, right? And the practice of writing about books is bibliography. Make sense? Abhishek, Tomar, all right. So if I talk about this word now, philosophy. If I talk about this word philosophy, ये कैसे आएगा? This comes from philein plus sophos. Philein plus sophos. Philein means to love, and sophos is knowledge or wisdom, right? This is knowledge or wisdom. Something is wrong with the pen again. Just a second. Or wisdom, right? Let me put a slash here. Right? So, philein plus sophos is philosophy, right? If we combine these two word roots, what do we get? Philein plus sophos. Philein means to love and sophos means knowledge, right? So when I combine these two word roots, guys, what do I get? I get philosophy. This is the word I get, philosophy, right? So philosophy is nothing but the combination of philein plus sophos. The person who is a knowledge lover is a philosopher. ठीक है? फिलोसोफर कौन बन जाएगा? जिसको नॉलेज या ज्ञान से प्यार है, वही तो फिलोसोफर होता है. If we talk about René Descartes, if we talk about Plato, if we talk about Socrates, John Locke, right? All these philosophers who were there, they were knowledge lovers, they were wisdom lovers. इन सबको wisdom चाहिए था, knowledge चाहिए था. All these scientists, they were philosophers, right? So they gave you some knowledge. They were knowledge lovers, right? Philein means to love, and sophos means knowledge or wisdom, right? So if you combine these two words together, the word is philosophy. Now the word which left with is philanderer. Let me just share a story for this word philanderer. ये भी interesting word है. कैसे आएगा ये word? This comes from philein plus andros. Philein means to love. Andros क्या है? Can anybody help me out with this word, guys? What is andros? Andros क्या होगा? Andros is males, right? So when we combine these words, we get the word as philanderer, right? So philanderer कौन होता है? A person who loves males. A person who loves males. ठीक है? Yes, to love plus human. Human नहीं होगा, वो तो philanthropist हो जाएगा, अभिषेक. यहाँ पे we're not referring to philanthropist here. We're referring to philanderer. Philanderer is a person who loves males. ठीक है? तो initially this concept was used when first time जब कभी Shakespeare era में ये concept आया था. First time, you know, a man was shown to be fall in love with a man, right? तब ये word आया था philanderer. That's how this term was coined, right? जब street plays होते थे, नुक्कड़ नाटक होते थे, तो this man would fall in love with another man, right? तब इस term को coin किया गया था philanderer. Nowadays, this term is used in a very different sense. It can be used for a female who switches men, who falls in love with one man, then falls in love with another man, then another man. That is philanderer, right? Now, this word does not have a positive or a negative connotation, right? It can be somebody who switches. Somebody who is very optimistic can also be philanderer, right? ऐसा नहीं कि positive word है, negative word है, but हाँ, इस term को अगर हम देखेंगे तो इसको generally coin किया गया था उस time पे Shakespeare era में, but अभी इसका time to time usage differ करता है as per the the humans, you know, nature and behavior changes. So philanderer is a person who falls in love with another male. That is the point here, the term here, important point. It's not humans, it's specifically the gender we have, that is the males, right? So please have a look at these words, guys. Just give me 1 minute. So these words are important, but more than that, what is important is the word root, guys. If you remember these word roots, I'm telling you, even if you come across a very new term in your exam, specifically CAT is never ever surprising in throwing new words or very fancy words to you. तो CAT तो ऐसा करता ही है, ठीक है. The only point is that we have to be prepared with that. I'll try that in every session we conduct, all the sessions we conduct, I'll try to keep these vocabulary sessions going on, even in the special classes, so that at least you guys are able to prepare these words along with the word roots with me here, right? So please keep on attending these sessions. Do keep on remembering these, visiting these sessions, so that these word roots are clear to you. अगर ये word roots याद रहेंगे तो naturally words अपने आप coin कर लोगे. अगर कोई नया word भी आता है, you'll know how to relate, because you know the word root, the word would generally, it will naturally come to you, right? So it's good if we work on these word roots first and then try to remember the words. And also, if you remember the word, try to relate it with a sentence or maybe something, where you can use it. That makes your memory more reliable, right? So these are the words we've done today. Let's have a quick review of what all we did today, right? So we talked about personality types. The first word root we covered is ego. Ego refers to I or me. And then we tried to relate these word roots. IST with it. What is IST? IST is a person who, right? IST is a person who. So ego plus IST. Ego means I or me. IST is a person who. So person who always considers himself first, keeps himself first, is an egoist, right? Similarly, we talked about ego plus tist. A person who always boasts about himself. ठीक है, जो हमेशा अपने बारे में boast out करता है, वो egotist होगा. Abhishek Tanwar will be having these sessions, like the vocabulary session will be there every day at 8 p.m. Okay, at least for this month. And we also have a session at 5 p.m. every day. So if you're not there in the Telegram channel or the WhatsApp group we have, please join us there so that you're updated about the upcoming sessions. You may also follow me on Unacademy so that you're aware of the upcoming sessions, right? And whatever the schedule is going to be, I'm going to post it in the group, right? So you can be a part of that. So ego plus IST is a person who always keeps himself first. Egotist is a person who always boasts about himself. Egomaniac. Maniac is somebody who's crazy, somebody who's insane, right? So egomaniac is a person who's crazy about himself. कि हर चीज जो है वो मेरे according होनी चाहिए, right? It seems like the person is so much crazy about himself, that he's so much obsessed about himself, that he feels that the entire universe is there because of him. It's like it's all around him, right? Then we talked about this one word, guys, alter plus ego. Alter is another, ego means I or me. So when we talk about this word root alter as a prefix to the word ego, not as a suffix, we come up with a word as alter ego. Alter ego can have different meanings, like two meanings. One is split personality, when a person has a different personality, in one person. One person who has a different personality. We all have different faces, but we are all aware of it. Sometimes it happens that you have a split personality, but you're not aware of the other personality living in you, right? That is an alter ego. Similarly, there can be chances when a person finds another person with a similar ego. बोलते ना कि तो मेरा भाई है. वो जो भाई वाला feeling है, that's because you're finding a person with a similar ego, similar behavioral traits, right? Similar kind of an emotional quotient probably, right? So that is when you find a person with a similar ego as you have. That's an alter ego, right? Okay, then we talked about another word root, that is misane. Misane means to hate. Mis is a negative term. I told you it's a negative connotation word. So misane means to hate. Misane plus anthropos. Misane is to hate and anthropos is humans. So a person who hates mankind is a misanthropist, and the practice of hating mankind is misanthropy. We also talked about another word root, gamos, as marriage. So marriage क्या है, बहुत ही sacred चीज मानते हैं, but उसको जब misane के साथ relate किया, misane means to hate marriages. So misogamy is a practice of hating marriages, and the person who practices misogamy is a mesogamist. वो खुद क्या हो जाएगा, mesogamist हो जाएगा, ठीक है. Then we talked about this word root, another word root, misogynist and misogyny. Gyne is women, misane means to hate. So a person who hates humans is a misanthropist, but a person who specifically hates women is a misogynist, right? And the practice of hating women is misogyny. And then we talked about andros or andropy. So andropy or andros refers to males. Misandry is a practice of hating males, and misanthropist is a person who hates males, right? So that's a person who hates males. So all these words we've done: misanthropy, misanthropist, misogyny, misogamy, misogamist, and misandry and misanthropist, right? All these words we've done. Yes, guys. Hi, Lashkari Devita. Welcome to the session, Lashkari. We are glad to have you and we'd love to see you every day, though it's just my second session here. But I would love to see you every day. Alright, then we talked about another word root, verto. Verto means to turn, and it's a Latin term. If you talk about the English word root, it is vert, right? इसी में से तीन words branch out होते हैं. One is intro, one is extro. तो introvert मतलब person who's turned inside, extrovert मतलब person who's turned outside, and a person who knows both the traits, introvert and extrovert, is an ambivert, right? तो ये सारे words भी याद रहेंगे, introvert, extrovert and ambivert. Then we talked about this word ambi. Ambi के बहुत सारे parts हैं, ambiguous, ambiguity, ambivalent, ambience, ambitious, and then we also have ambidextrous. All these words we did out of ambi, right? So ambidextrous, if we talk about this word, guys, it comes out of ambi plus dexter plus ous, adjective suffix, right? So ambidextrous का मतलब क्या है? A person who can use both the hands equally well to write, or whose both the hands are equally skillful, right? तो ये वर्ड कहाँ से आया है? डेक्स्टर का मतलब राइट हैंड होता है, ठीक है. सिनिस्टर इज अनदर वर्ड फॉर लेफ्ट हैंड. तो लेफ्ट हैंड को निकम्मा माना जाता है, किसी काम का नहीं, बेकार है ऐसा. राइट हैंड से आप सारा काम करते हो. दिस इज समथिंग विच इज ब्लिसफुल, स्किलफुल, ठीक है. तो जब लेफ्ट हैंड भी इतना स्किल्ड हो जाए जितना कि राइट हैंड है, दैट इज व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट अ पर्सन बिकमिंग एम्बीडेक्स्ट्रस. उसका स्किल इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग डेवलप हो गया कि उसका लेफ्ट हैंड भी इतना स्किलफुल है जितना कि राइट हैंड है, right? So ambidextrous is a person who is very skillful, very adroit. And then last of all, we talked about this word root philein. Just like misane is to hate, philein means to love, right? So person who loves humans is nothing but a philanthropist. कितने सारे लोगों के FB प्रोफाइल में तुमने देखा होगा, a philanthropist, hashtag philanthropist, right? So somebody who is serving humans, somebody who loves humans is a philanthropist, right? So you remember these words, I hope. Philein, philanthropist. And we also talked about philanthropist, philosophy, philanderer and bibliophile. Bibliophile mein biblion is the word root, which is what? Which is a prefix. Biblion refers to books. Phile means to love. So person who is a book lover is a bibliophile. Philanthropist, person who loves mankind. Philosopher, person who loves knowledge or wisdom. Sophos is knowledge or wisdom. And philanderer. Philanderer matlab person who loves males, right? So that's another word for person who loves male, philanthropy or philanderer, right? I hope you'll remember all these words, guys. I want all of you to remember these words and word roots. In the next session on this one, word roots, we'll be covering up further root words and some more words with the same word roots, right? Logi and graphene, ये दोनों word roots मुझे next class में cover करने. So I'll be keeping the same word roots again, like the same word roots as in the logi and graphy. ये तो word roots रखेंगे and बाकी we'll be seeing what we have, right? Acha guys, at 9:45 we have another special class. It's not a YouTube class this time, it's a special class we have at 9:45. Please do join us at 9:45 for the vocabulary quiz, which is antonyms synonym quiz, the ones we have for the SNAP and NMAT and other MBA exams, right? Alright guys, thank you so very much for joining in, and I would love to see all of you joining us at 9:45 now, right? Keep remembering these words, keep studying, keep remembering all these words, because these word roots will really be helpful for you. Alright, and I would love to see all of you now at